So there's never ever going to be a shortage of dirty old stinky cat pee houses that you can find, fix, and flip for a huge profit. In this episode, I'm going to tell you about how to find houses to fix and flip for a profit. All right, welcome back. I've got multiple steps. In this episode, I'm going to give you 4 of my best list to find houses to fix and flip for a profit. All right, so let me give you probably the number one starter for a lot of people just getting started, and that is called Driving for Dollars. I've got a link for you that's going to give you the easiest app to ever use to drive for dollars. So basically you'll be driving in your car going to work, or maybe you're an Uber driver, maybe you're a mail driver, you deliver the mail. It doesn't matter. Take a different route to work each day. You're gonna see different houses. Literally, you can take a picture of this house, pin it, and be sending them a mailer with a picture of the front of their house saying, hey, my name is Brent and I'd like to buy your house. If you're interested in a no hassle cash offer, I close quick, call or text me, or here's my website. This is the fastest, easiest way to get started in real estate, finding houses to fix and flip. Or maybe you've been doing it for a little while. I'm gonna give you my link, and here it is. All right, it's gonna be on the screen. It's also gonna be below in the description, but it's dealmachine.app.link/TLS, as in the land sharks. All right, next is one of my favorite lists, and this is exactly how I got started in the beginning, but it's a notice of default list. Some states call it lis pendens, some people call it pre-foreclosure, but I'm gonna give you a link that can get you this list super easy no matter what county you're in. That's the landsharkslist.com. That's the landsharkslist.com. It's on the screen, the landsharkslist.com. Write this down. This is a free 7-day trial to Propstream, and this is some of the best data out there. When I was just getting started, I literally would print out these records, the notice of default records, and I would drive to each one of these individual houses and I would door knock on this door. And if they didn't answer, I would leave a sticky note. The first 20 that I did actually landed me 2 houses that I bought. I got them under contract and actually assigned these contracts to cash buyers. These I did not fix and flip because I was just getting started. I had no clue how to fix and flip a house, and I didn't have any cash, but I was out there door knocking using this list, and I ultimately did 2 wholesale deals. The first one earning me $4,500 and the second one earning me $4,500. And what's funny, that second one, another wholesaler just starting out found me and asked if I had any buyers in that area, and sure enough, I actually had 2 buyers, and lo and behold, the buyer that bought that house owned the title company that I had just closed that first deal through. So I made $4,500 on that one as well. Me and the other wholesaler split $4,500 each. So technically it was $9 grand total, and we got to split $4,500 each. But that came from the notice of default list that came from Propstream, and you can get a 7-day free trial on the landsharkslist.com. All right, next is tax delinquent list. This is probably one of my most favorite lists because it comes out once a year, and I love to get this list, and as soon as I get it, I mail a postcard to this list, and that postcard says, hey, I'd like to buy your house. If you're interested in an all cash, fair offer, call me or text me. And guys, if you stick around to the end, I'm gonna give you this exact postcard that I use every single day, and you can have it today as my free gift to you. All right, so how do you find this tax delinquent list? It's so easy. You need to call the county treasurer. Call the county treasurer and say, hey, I'd like a list of properties that are behind on their taxes. And they might say, well, ma'am, well, sir, that list doesn't come out until September or October. They think you're trying to buy the back taxes. You're trying to be a tax lien investor and earn a return on your money. You don't care about that. Just say, hey, give me last year's list. I don't want you waiting for this list. Now, granted, I want you to know the date that this list comes out, because if you are mailing last year's list, as soon as the new list comes out, I want you mailing that one as well. But once you get this list, you're gonna have to probably scrub this list. You're probably gonna have to plug the APN, the assessor's parcel number, or the schedule number into the county assessor site to get that owner's name, their mailing address, and the property address, so you can scrub that list and put it on an Excel file to be able to mail this list or send it to a mail house so they can mail it for you. It's called mail merge. So basically they're merging your Excel document to the postcard and merging it and then mailing it for you. So maybe you're already finding houses to fix and flip, go ahead and drop a comment below of exactly your favorite list, or if you've ever used the tax delinquent list or the notice of default list or pre-foreclosure, or even maybe driving for dollars. Maybe you had success doing that. Drop a comment below. I try and read all these, so I love hearing back from you guys. All right, so next is the code violation list. This is one of my favorite lists because a lot of times the code violation list sellers are the most motivated. I've done some massively profitable deals. I mean, deals up in the $100,000 range of net profit. So what is a code violation? A code violation is where a house is basically violating one of the county codes, whether it's for high weeds or it's condemned because the house is unsafe to live in, or graffiti on the side of the wall, or junk cars parked in the front lawn, you name it. High weeds, trash is another one. I get all of them, and we mail them that postcard that I talked to you about. We mail them a postcard saying, hey, we'd like to buy your house at, at fair cash offer, no hassle, call us or text us. These people, they don't want their properties to go downhill. Maybe it's a second property, maybe it's a rental that's gotten away from them, or they inherited it, or maybe they live there and they just don't have the funds to fix it up and it's time for them to go somewhere else. So these people are oftentimes super motivated to sell us a house that we can buy and fix it and flip it for a profit. All right, so these last two, they're not exactly list, but it will give you celebrity status in your market. And I recommend starting with one. I'll give you the first one and then going into the second one. The first one is radio. Radio is one of the oldest forms of advertising, and I've got a little story about when I started on radio. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on actually 4 channels, and I was actually on radio for about 6 months, and I was sitting in a room full of developers. These guys were old-time developers. They had built the city, basically. And one of these guys just kept staring at me, and I thought he was mad at me. But he finally pointed at me and goes, I know where I heard your voice. I've heard you on the radio. So it instantly got me celebrity status, where I thought this old-time developer was upset with me. He was trying to figure out who I was and where he'd heard my voice from. But this radio ads, these 4 stations that I'm on, gets me tons of deals, a lot of land deals and a lot of house deals on the outskirts of the city. It's amazing what radio does for me. But second, the other version of that is TV. TV, and I don't recommend starting out with TV. I like to start with radio first. But TV has gotten us so many house deals, so many houses that we can buy and fix and flip and renovate. And it also gives us instant credibility, especially when we answer the phone and says, hey, are you calling on the radio or the TV ad? And when people hear that, when homeowners or home sellers hear that, they know that they're dealing with a reputable company, because you don't just start out by getting on the radio and TV. This is later on. So I recommend starting out with that notice of default list. That exactly, it's like the evolution of becoming a buy and fix and flip investor, and then sending like postcards to the notice of default list, either door knocking them, and then start mailing the code violation list, and then the tax delinquent list, and eventually evolve into radio and TV. Hey guys, as promised, I told you I'd give you that postcard, and that is thelandsharks.com/postcard. That is on the screen. It's also below in the description. Click the link. That's thelandsharks.com/postcard. You're gonna go on, fill in your name, your first name, and your email. We're gonna email it over to you. And then also I wanna give you one more free gift just for coming and watching this video, and that is the exact purchase agreement that I use, and that's thelandsharks.com/contract. All right guys, so as you know, the real estate market is absolutely exploding and booming. I'm land. I love doing land. I like buying and fixing and flipping houses, but land has given me the passive income. It's given me lifestyle freedom, financial freedom, geography freedom. It's easy. There's no foundations to fix or plumbing to pump or roofs to repair. If you're interested in checking out a way that you can add land to your business, maybe you got an existing business, or maybe you're just getting started, head over to thelandsharks.com. That's thelandsharks.com. Schedule a call, talk to my team. We'll see what your real estate goals are. And if we feel like we're a great fit, I'd be honored to coach you.